it's Sarah with Sarah Stovetop, and this is episode 64 of Tool Time Tuesday. And I'm coming to you live from my kitchen, and welcome to replay viewers, welcome to live viewers. Let me know you're out there. You feel free to type in an emoji across the screen and or type in a comment. Let me know where you're tuning in from. I'd love to hear from you. I have a brand new phone, so I'm curious to see how the video turns out. I'm using gloves today because my hands are hurting a little bit. I've got a couple sores on them, so that's why I'm using these. So tonight we are making a let's see, what are we making? Oh, we're making chili, but this is a chili that is actually made in our quick cooker, and I've got to put some oil in here. I just realized. Whoop. Okay, a little bit of oil. We're heating up some oil. Let me turn down the camera so you can see inside the quick cooker. So we're heating up the oil in here. I've got my towel there. Okay, so you can see it's kind of moving around, and it's going to take like 3 minutes. The nice thing is, let me come back to you here. The nice thing is when you turn on our quick cooker on the sear setting, which is what we're going to use to begin with, it starts counting down from 20. So I know that after 3 minutes, when it's at 17 minutes, I'll be ready to cook. So I've got to chop up some of the green pepper, and I've got to chop some onions. So I'm going to use my food chopper, which does a fantastic job on that. So I just wanted to show you what that's going to look like. It's going to be a little noisy, but that's okay. You can see, I'm going to turn this down. There we go. So I'm going to put it over the, well, let's do these guys first, because you know what? I'll start crying from the onions. So I want to make sure that there we go. Okay. So I just need to roughly chop them, and that's all I do. Look at that. How quick is that? So if you need to get some things chopped very quickly, this is the go-to tool. I love this tool for that. I forgot to take some of the, so look at that. It's a rough chop. It's all I need for this chili. It's homemade chili in my quick cooker. So let me get the onions done too. You don't want it too harshly chopped, too finely chopped, because this is chili after all. Okay, it's not a fine soup, it's a rough chop. Okay, so that was our quick cooker, and excuse me, our food chopper. See how it moves every time I press down on it? The blade moves, and that's what helps you get the chop, the rough chop. And the more you chop with it, the finer it's gonna get. So let's see what else we need to put in here. We're gonna do bell pepper, the onions, and garlic. So we have 2 cloves of garlic that need to go in there, and we're gonna use the garlic press. If you've watched my videos before, then you know I love my garlic press, and I don't need to peel them. You just put them in, and let me turn the camera down again. Put them in, and what's gonna happen is you just crush it with your hands. See it coming out? There you go. And then you use the little Barbie brush, the handle end, and you can take that right off there. Now, I always say if the garlic gods are with you, then it's going to come out in one piece like that. So it makes it really easy to clean. Look at that. There's hardly anything left. Okay, whoops, I put that one on the floor by accident. Okay, let's do the other one. There it goes, popping out. Okay. Now, if the garlic gods are not with you, you use the other end and you stick the prongs in. But 2 in a row, how lucky is that? So that is the garlic press. And you see the little holes. And if you needed to clean it, you use the prongs on the Barbie brush, and it goes right in, fits right in. Let's see if I can get that I'm a righty, I should do it with my right hand. Okay, and it just fits in there. And you can take it out. So that's how you clean it. Grab this from the floor, put that in the sink. This goes in the sink. Okay, we are ready to sear. So hold on a second. I think this is definitely ready. Okay, yep. Oh, we're down to 15 minutes. Oops. So I love using my flexible cutting mats because it really helps me. They're lighter to carry over and they are flexible. I can bend them. So that's really nice. So let's see. Okay, so you can hear the searing. That's awesome. Doing that. Okay. And while we need to stir it a little bit, get that going. So you've got an inner stainless steel pot that goes inside the quick cooker, and it can spin around a little bit, or you can hold it. It's fine. So we're gonna let that sear for a few minutes. Let's see, we put it in at 15. We need to let it sear for about 4 minutes. We'll let it cook uncovered, and then we're gonna add all our other ingredients. And let's go back over here and look at the ingredients and get everything ready for that. So we've got 2 pounds of, actually they say to use pot roast meat, boneless beef chuck pot roast. I found stew meat, so I figured I'd just use it. It was already cut up. Obviously you can get the pot roast and cut it up yourself. I was running out of time, so I grabbed the stew meat. So I'm pretty sure it'll taste just as good. The other things that you need, okay, we have a whole bunch of spices in here. So I've already measured them out, but let me tell you what's in here. So we've got 2 pounds of the stew meat. We've got 1.5 tablespoons of chili powder. We've got 1 tablespoon of ground cumin, 1.5 teaspoons of dried oregano, and a teaspoon of black pepper. And let me just see for a second. Yes, I was supposed to put some salt in that pan, in with the vegetables. So 2 teaspoons of salt. So I'm gonna actually run over and put those in right now before I forget, because boy, if you don't have enough salt, it cannot taste very good. So, oh, that worked out about right. And you know what? Measurements don't have to be exact. We're not baking. Baking, you need much more exact. So here we are. Okay, so this is still searing. We need a few more minutes in there. So we've got our spices, and they're all ready to go. I just measured them before I got on with you guys. And so I'm going to put that over there. We've got our meat, 2 pounds. Put this over here so we're ready to go when we're going. Then I opened already the tomato paste, so 1 can of tomato paste. And I'm going to need something to pull that out, to scoop that out with. So let me just grab a little mini skinny. Look at how cute. But it fits perfectly inside here. So in this can. We'll give it another swirl here. And we just want to get that cooking. Let's see, the other thing we need, we need diced tomatoes. So I have some diced tomatoes, a can of them, and I wanted to show you how our can opener works, because our can opener is way cool. So I'm going to turn down well, let me just explain. So first of all, when you look at the can opener, it's got this wheel here, and the wheel goes right up against the side of the can. Can you see that? Let's see, that might be easier to see, yeah, because it's up against a different background. And then you start turning. So let me show you. I'm going to put this on here, and then it grabs it. And I actually can lift it up off of the counter. And I just turn it until you feel the pressure release, and then I actually go around a second time usually just to make sure, because this is called a smooth edge can opener, and the reason we call it that is because it creates a smooth edge when you open it. There's no sharp edges. You can't harm yourself on the can. Okay, and now I'm pretty much done. I'm going to turn it the other way. One thing I did want, I'm not sure if you'll be able to see this, but you might be able to see that there's like little ridges, and that's what has it's gone around. So this is like a little bird beak right here, and it opens and closes based on your using your thumb on the little button. So just clamp it on and pull it right off, and you can actually hold it, and you see that it's caught between the little bird beak. See? There we go. Okay, so that's ready to go now also. Let's bring that over. And I think we're ready to add everything. Just make sure we have everything. Oh, the unique thing about this recipe is that it uses red beans, red kidney beans, but guess what? You can buy the bagged kind instead of the more expensive ones in the can or hard to store ones in the can. Because it's a pressure cooker and it has liquid in it, it's going to absorb and it's going to cook those beans as if you had cooked them, soaked them and then cooked them the next day and then added them. How cool is that? So you can store them much more easily. It's great. So all I've done is I've rinsed a cup of beans, and I was letting it drain a little bit. And this is a cup of beans, and that's going to go into our stew, to our chili also. And then I have to add 2.5 cups of water, and I forgot to get the measuring cup. So let me grab that. And this measuring cup is awesome because you can actually read the measurements from standing above it rather than doing the whole looking on the side. You can look at it from inside. So let me get 2.5 cups ready there. And that way it will all be done. And we can just add everything. Let me double check that is 2.5 cups. Pretty good. Let's see if you can read it. You see right here it says 2.5 cups. How cool. Okay, so let's double check. We've got all of our ingredients. We've got all the, yeah, I think so. We've got everything that we need. So now let's come back over here. Okay, and let's take a look inside and make sure that we can see this. Okay, there we go. So these got, we've got a hot spot I can see. Okay, so everything is ready to go. We're gonna add our meat. It says just add the remaining ingredients, so we'll do that. Here comes the meat. Okay, and let's add the diced tomatoes. Okay, and that's going in. Okay. Oh, we're going to turn this off. Cancel that. Okay. And you can see it's already starting to sear the meat because it's so hot in there. Do have to be careful. The outside of the stainless steel bowl is going to be kind of hot. And then I'm putting in all the spices. And let's not forget this tomato paste. So here we go. Tomato paste coming at you here. See how great this little mini skinny scraper is. Gets right down into the bottom of the little can and easily pulls all that out. So you really get the most out of what you're cooking with. Okay, so that's that. And then, of course, we're going to add the beans and the water. Here come the beans. They're going in. And see, they're really hard, but we're adding the water. So all that is getting ready. I'm just going to use this to hold it while I stir so I don't burn myself. So it's all going to get mixed together. And this is going to be, then let's see. We're going to add, okay, we've added that and we put it on the stew and chili setting. And let's see how long that stew and chili setting is going to take. I think it's a little less than an hour maybe. Because it does take a little while to prep everything. It says the total time is 1 hour and 30 minutes. So let's see. Now, I did want to point out, I don't know if you can see this, here, there's a line here, it says maximum, and it's 2/3 full, I believe. You can't go more than 2/3 full. This is half full here. There's a little line there. So it tells you, you know, what not to do. You don't want it any more than 2/3 full because you need room for the steam to build up. And otherwise it'll get too high and it'll probably leak out, I'm guessing. Okay, so there you have it. How cool is that? So let's put the lid on and get this baby started, huh? I'm gonna turn it so that you can see. I love the sound that the lid makes. One of the things we have to make sure, you'll notice that the pressure release button is depressed right now, so we have to make sure it's up. We also have to make sure that the icons line up so that when it's safe, that tells you it's safe. So let's turn this so you can see. And we are going to close this guy. Love the sound. Okay, so we're going to cancel everything. Now we're going to go, if you'll notice, it's moving, and you may not be able to see this very well. It's moving from sear to steam to slow cook. Now we've got proof. I'm gonna take off my gloves because I don't need them anymore. We've got chicken or poultry, beef and pork, fish, soup or stock, white rice, brown rice, whole grains, beans, and here we are at stew chili, and that's got 40 minutes on it. Okay, so let's just double check in case we have to change the time. Nope, it says just press start. So, oh, another thing I wanted to point out, I'm gonna pull you a little closer. See this red button right here? That's gonna pop up when it comes under pressure. And that's really important. Then you know not to touch it, not to do anything with the pressure. And then it's when we're done, we are going to let it release naturally, and then this red button will pop down, and then we'll press this button just to make sure there's nothing left. But the cool thing is it tells you when it's under pressure, and it tells you, yeah, so now it's coming under pressure. So it's gonna take a little while, so it may take about 10 minutes or so. It's about 5 to 6 right now, so I imagine that this will be done by about 6:30, 6:45, and we'll be ready to eat. So I'll take a picture of it and post it underneath this video because it's always nice to see that. Or maybe if I get a chance, I'll come back on live. So yeah, so that's all there is to it. You just let it go. You don't have to baby it. You don't have to come back and stir it. Like with a chili on the stovetop, a lot of times that's what I would do, is come back and stir it around. Same thing with a sauce. So I'm gonna try my mom's sauce in this for my pasta sauce in a couple days when I get a chance. So that ought to be fun. I'll probably come back on live at least to show you what it looked like, how it turned out. So I hope you guys have a great evening. Thank you so much for joining me on Tool Time Tuesday, episode 64. If you liked what you saw, feel free to share this with people. There's a button right down below where you can share. Also, I believe there's a button up on the upper right-hand corner where you can subscribe, and then you'll get notifications when I go live, and you'll be able to tune in live and carry on a conversation. So I'd love for that to happen. Another thing that is coming up is I will be doing in my VIP club, which is Sarah Stovetop's VIP club, and Sarah is S-A-R-A. Go there and join that group. It's a private group. If you join that group, then I'm going to be doing Cooking with Sarah video. In a couple weeks, we'll have a recipe. I'll give you the ingredients list, and I'll come on live and we'll cook together, so you can ask me any questions you want. So I'm hoping that you'll enjoy that. And lastly, if you do join that in the next couple days, I am going to give you a free gift. I have a recipe collection that I'll be sharing with you. So feel free to join that, ask to join that, and I will be happy to share that with you. So thanks so much for tuning in on Tool Time Tuesday. It's Sarah Stovetop signing off for now, and hope to see you soon. Thank you.